Top of this. Yeah, kid. Okay. You know what time it is. Friday night action. Let's get it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. On a Friday. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? Get now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and usher to the left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time, and you've been rocking with Popovich TV, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. Happy Friday. Best day, blessed day. Earth going end on today. If you know, you know. Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Prayer Peacock, what's the word? How you doing? Happy Friday. You know what I mean? Let's jump right into a lot of shit going on, and I got time today. Got time today. So y'all know all the Trump shit is going on, you know what I mean? And apparently somebody don't want it to pop off. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody actually set theyself on fire. Like Man on Fire, Denzel, and you out for blood and you out on a suicide watch. Somebody, CO, like suicide watch. We got to spin the block and spin the gallery. Make sure you ain't trying to unalive yourself. And, you know, I'm being funny, but I'm really not. You got to ask yourself, like, damn, what does the political climate right now have to do with all of this? Like, you know what I mean? We know that he's the first, you know, president to obviously be indicted. You know what I mean? Ben Doms, what's the word? He's the first president, you know, sitting president, or ex-former president, to be indicted on criminal charges. We know a lot of these motherfuckers is corrupt, vicious, hypocritical. They don't got nothing to do with, but you black. 3 minutes into the show, they don't really care about us. MJ, he already told us, you could believe him or you could not believe him. So I'm not Trump or against Trump. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's like shit or piss or, you know what I mean, chitlins or motherfucking Bulls balls. Like, both of them is super nasty. I'm never going to eat none of them shits, but we going to have to choose. And, red pill or the blue pill. You know, I'll leave that for y'all who you going to vote for. But why would a guy just jump out the window like that and set himself on fire? That's crazy, crazy. My brother Mutar, the check-in Slime Lake Rockman to a law. How you doing, big bro? You know what I mean? To set yourself on fire, and you know it was brutal, you know it was real vivid and nasty. And I've been in a few fires. If y'all watch the channel, you know what I mean, all praises due to the Most High, Mama Love. She done got her behind whipped, unfortunately, you know what I mean? And, you know, domestic violence type shit. And because of that, she stayed up for a long time, you know, contemplating getting away from my step-pops, etc., you know. And unfortunately, we had a fire, and the next door neighbor had a fire. We had some blankets on the fire escape. Shit spilled over to the blankets, and all of a sudden, Eddie Murphy. Now that's a fire. And you know, the sheetrock bullshit wall caved in. And before the wall caved in, she snatched me and my little brother up and got us up out of this. So I've been in mad fires, like, you know what I mean? A lot of fires. When I say mad fires, I mean like 4 or 5 fires as a child. So, you know, I hope I never get burnt up. You know what I mean? I hope I don't die that way. And y'all know on the show, I want a quick death. I want an easy one. Like, I don't want to get stabbed up. I don't want to drown. I don't want to be crushed by no buildings. And I definitely don't want to be set on fire. But I say, damn. Then they talking about he has some papers and shit. You know, I'm looking with the side. I'm like, you know, they try to make it political. Or what's really the agenda on why this man set himself on fire and allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, had some papers or something like that, you know, floating all through the park as the ashes and the flesh was burning. One of the reporters, it's the black chick, can't think of her name right now, from CNN. She was outside. She like, oh, it's the active shooter. It's the shooter. Matter of fact, let's pull a video up and then we're going to get to the next topic. Like, you know what I mean? I just thought that was wild. So obviously they didn't finish. They're going to resume another time. And, you know, we living in some crazy times to where people, they idolize, they follow. Shit is like a cult for some people. And you never know what a motherfucker going to do when they get too overzealous for somebody else. You know what I mean? Especially a president, a sexy red, a Hove. And, you know, you be in the comments seeing a lot of this wild shit. Where's this shit at? Should be right here. Here, go right here. She like, it's an active shooter.
An active shooter. An active shooter.
This lady name right here.
We have a man who is, he has set fire to himself. A man has emblazoned himself outside of the courthouse just now.
Sacrificial purposes, my G.
Right
That's
now.
a fact.
A man has now lit himself on fire outside of the courthouse in Manhattan, where we are waiting for this history to be made. A full jury panel is gone. We are watching a man fully emblazoned in the front of the courthouse today. We are watching multiple fires breaking out around his body and person. We have seen an arm that has been visible, that has been engulfed in total flames. There is chaos that is happening. People are...
So, you know, the other reporter that was standing next to her, he like, yeah, I'm not even going to describe this shit. Because just the smells and the fumes, the flesh burning, and the sight, you know, obviously his skin start melting on some, you know what I mean, Wicked of Oz and the Wicked West of the East, and I'm melting, and it's like, you know, they said he had some stuff on social media, you know, the feds on social media, and like Uncle Murder said, don't, I'm gonna tell y'all the clubs is on Clubhouse, and you know, they scrolled, they combed through social media. Apparently, or maybe kind of sorta, I should say, he posted up what he was going to do. So obviously he slipped through the cracks, came down there, made a scene, set himself on fire, and that was crazy, shit crazy. Let's talk about some other stuff, though. Right? Let's talk about some other crazy shit. It's unfortunate. I don't know the TikToker's name. Well, some TikToker, honestly, niggas are getting paid off TikTok. People keep telling me to bring my show on the road over there. Shout out to my sis Linda. She over there killing it. You know what I mean? She on TikTok just got 10,000 followers, I believe. And a lot of the young wave is, you know, they on the TikTok. That's why a lot of people is they against the government over here banning it. Now I get it, the algorithms and, you know, maybe allegedly, maybe kind of sort of what China could be doing. But let people get their bread. Like, you know what I mean? Government always want to have your hand in my pocket and get your hand out my pocket. You can't get every little dime, and you're not the king of New York. A nickel bag is sold in the park. You want in. I get it. Can't get every piece of dime. And really, that's all they, when you look at, you know, the prohibition and the liquor, you look at the dispensaries now, they shutting down. If it's a side note, and that's my show, you know, they shut down the dispensaries. They want in every aspect, even to your content creating. You know what I mean? Even if it's not their platform. It's like, nah, it's, you know, they do what the prisons do. And if you've never been to prison, then don't go to prison. Like Trek said, if you've never been to prison, then don't go to prison, because you wouldn't understand prison, so stay the fuck out of prison. That y'all can sold me in chili con corn and I don't care, that's nothing nice. Even when you put a little salt and pepper on it, and I'm being funny, but I'm not. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, even when you don't, you know, even when they don't got no hands in it, it's like, listen, we want a peace. So, unfortunately, this story is coming out about the young lady. I'm gonna get her name just so y'all can see it. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. She had cancer though, and you know, obviously it's fuck cancer. A lot of times, this is another side note. you know, you can't predict what's going to happen to your health in the future, whether you're going to have cancer, whether you're going to get dementia, whether you're going to die of old age, whether you're going to have sugar diabetes. But a lot of that run rampant, especially in but you black in the black communities. A lot of it could be, you know, according to Dr. Sippy and a lot of other, you know, health enthusiasts and, you know, I would say overzealous people with the food that you eat. So some shit out real quick with McDonald's and how they putting shit on the French fries. And I've been stopped eating McDonald's. If you still eating McDonald's, then you know that's on you. That's wild, crazy. But where's this story at for this lady right here? So apparently she had cancer. So they ain't do the autopsy yet. So they're not saying she died from the cancer. But I'm saying if you had cancer and it was terminal, then you most likely probably died from cancer. But I'm bringing that up with the TikTok to say on TikTok, I guess like any platform, when you don't own it. You know what I mean? When you're not the owner, right, and you Don Corleone, you under us, and this block is ours, you don't own nothing. So when you jump on these platforms, like any job or any, you know, thing that you're dealing with, there's going to be some rules and regulations, and if you cross that gun line, you're going to have to suffer the consequences. And you can say, oh, it's unfair and cry me a river, but what happened with her is I guess she was on TikTok. She's monetized on TikTok, so that means she's getting a couple dollars. And she was getting a couple dollars, and that's how she was taking care of herself. So I guess she was talking some shit about J-Lo. Yeah, that J-Lo, Jenny from the block. And she been spinning in the clip for a little while, as I like to say. You never know when you're going to be spinning in the clip. And I guess she was spinning in the clip for allegedly not really being from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? And whether she is or not, you know, she made her way. You know, the Rick Rosses of the world, that's not really Ricky Rose, Freeway Ricky. And a lot of these guys, 50 Cent, that's not the real 50 Cent. And these dudes and these people, they take on names and personas, and they pass it off to the people, and we just go along, get along, and we buy it. And some of them is our favorites. You know what I mean? Fifth is obviously, he's, you know, the king of the trolls. He's one of our favorites. But anyway, Jenny from the block, she still made her way, right? She's still platinum, you know, records. She's still Grammys and all that. She's still waiting for tonight. The lady was talking shit about her, right? And she didn't like that. So not only the lady that, you know, had cancer, a few other content creators, she blocked them niggas, as they say. Blocked. You're not gonna play in my face. Block, I'm gonna get you banned. So the page that was monetized for her got banned. And now she's not able to take care of herself no more. And the lady was like, well, if I die next week or whatever, it'll be because of this. And this is the story right here.
Of everything, and if I die of colon cancer, it's on her.
This is what Kyle Marissa had to say about J-Lo just 2 weeks ago, which would have been exactly 1 week before she passed away. I was stunned to hear this, and I thought you guys would be too. Roll the clip.
This article was published in Forbes yesterday, March 31st, featuring me. TikTok creator Kyle Marissa said that her account had received copyright strikes on every single video that contained footage from the greatest love story ever told. As a result,
so that's the. I'm not gonna let it play all like that. So apparently the documentary that J-Lo got out is the greatest love story never told. I guess it's about the Bronx. And a lot of her high school classmates or people that went to high school with her, and like KO used to always tell me, I just spoke to KO, that's what made me think about him, because what he's saying is true. If you don't know who KO is, that's the oldest prisoner in New York State right now. Been locked up 48 years. I'm gonna go see him next week, inshallah. That's big bro, that's like Pops, right? So when I first got next to him and shit, he used to always say, you could be whoever you want to be around people that don't know you. But once somebody that knows you enters the building, comes into the vicinity, now you can't front for me. Like don't front for me. Like Ghost and Ray on the Purple Tape. Like every time niggas see they want to pop a little crystal, like you want to play that role and go ahead and play it. But don't front for me, because I know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I know niggas from your hood, you have no history. Never did none, never popped none, never, like, the 50 Cent reference. So you had a lot of people coming out saying, yo, she not really from the PX. You know what I mean? She ain't with the lean back and all that. Fat Joe, Terror Squad, rest in peace, Big Pun. We don't dance, we dance around the metal detectors, right? So they saying she wasn't from the BX and that she's lying. And whether she lying or not, I wasn't in school at all. I know she used to be on motherfucking Living Color, and she was one of the fly girls. You know what I mean? Killing it with the other video vixen. I can't think of her name. That was in the Mary J. Blige videos. If you're old enough, then you know you know. But anyway, she ain't like that shit. She got them banned. She got them blocked. and that cut a couple of people money off. But what I want to talk about it is like Tasha K with the whole Cardi B, certain things you say slander. I mean, obviously if it's people keep saying what's the dude Jaguar White, not the dude, the female. She ain't been sued yet for the shit she's saying. You can't just jump on these platforms, TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube, etc., saying outlandish shit about people. I mean, you can in the grand scheme of things, you can do what you want. Challenge, right? Like Bill Cosby, challenge. But that don't mean there ain't gonna be no repercussions. That don't mean there ain't gonna be no consequences behind that. So you had a lot of people in the comments, you know, I would say the majority, if you had to put percentages on it, I'm gonna say like 65, 71-ish% was like J-Lo was to blame, and the other smart people was like, come on guys, listen, you can't just be jumping on these platforms, especially if you monetize and you made it all the way to be the best around. And nothing's ever good. Like, you made it to get to the money part. You can't just go in there saying anything and fuck it up or give it away in a lawsuit or a defamation case, you know, to Cardi B, and now you got to pay 1.5. Say no names. Serial numbers clean. Everything's clean. Say yes or no. 1.5. No, 4 million. Like LeBron, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4. Go 4 million. Got to come out of your pocket somehow, and you're going to have to get it on the back end by saying some shit that's not true and trying to be funny and trying to make a point. That's why I always say maybe, allegedly, kind of, sort of, and then if I say something that's definitely way out of bounds, not opinion based, but just that's not factual, like, oh, then I have to come back and say, nah, that was a mistake. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm not even monetized. I'm doing it because we like doing it over here. Pop up his TV, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me get some likes, right? So it's not J-Lo's fault that this lady passed. One, when it's time for us to go, it's the Most High calling us back. Because you could walk out and be hit by a cement truck and still live. You could be AZ from Harlem, get shot in the head, and is he dead? No, he's alive. Because God, it wasn't his time. You know what I mean? Like, you can fall off a building and you're gonna live if it's not your time. And then you can get grazed in your calf muscle and bleed to death. People are like, damn, how the fuck nigga died? He only got shot one time in the leg. Oh, because it was your time. And so obviously she had, you know, colon cancer or whatever. You know, that's a hard feat to beat. You know what I mean? And it was her time, but is it J-Lo's fault? Nah, I don't think it's J-Lo's fault. But let's talk about some other shit, right? Let's talk about some rap shit. There's a lot of rap shit going on in the news right now. A lot of rap shit. Let's start with the females. Speaking of, you know, J-Lo and the ladies, and is it who fault and who not fault? So you got a lot of old school joints now. I'm saying old school, but you know, some of them look good. I'm old school now, right? I'm happy to be old school. So I hope I'll be older. You know what I mean? And not die young, living fast. You know what I mean? Some Rick Ross shit. Well, you got Lil' Kim. Our mama, rock the violence, you know what I mean? Like Queen Bee, who everybody really copy their style, her and Foxy, you know what I mean? You got her dating some young guy, niggas Honcho or whatever, and you got Keisha Cole's dating, you know what I mean? And then you have Russell Simmons, his daughter, you know what I mean, dating the oldest 65-year-old. That shit was like, ugly, disgusting, and it's nasty work out here in these streets. The same thing with Dre and the young brother, Jalen Green, who's they out of here. You ain't make the playoffs. You out of here. You ain't even make the play-in tournament. Is it predatorial? Are they down bad because they got younger guys? Obviously, women is taking it as a proud city girls up. You know what I mean? 100,000 points. We out here pulling these young niggas. You know what I mean? Obviously, in the Drea situation, in Jalen, he got some bread. You know what I mean? And the Lil' Kim and Keisha Cole's, I don't think the gentlemen that they dealing with got the money that they got. You know what I mean? And I ain't watching their pockets. I ain't Google their net worth or how much money they got. But I'm just pretty sure Lil' Kim got more than who she dealing with. Stack, what up? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Keisha Cole's got more money than the person she dealing with. Do it make them look desperate and nobody want them in their age bracket, etc., like some people are saying? I'm going to just keep the same energy that I had with what's the brother name? Marcus Houston or any other older gentleman that was dealing with a younger woman, right? Like, if it's good for them, then it's good for y'all. If it's good for y'all, then it's good for them. Obviously, there's some double standards that ain't gonna pop off for both of us. It's just not gonna look right. Or, you know, if you a dude and you ain't got no money, you know, your good looks ain't gonna get you in the club. But if you a woman and you look good and you know what I mean, you got all the right aesthetics, all the curves is fitting like some S shit, then you might get in the club. You gonna probably get in the club, and you probably gonna get in the club with the VIP niggas that's popping the bottles. Challenge, right? But if you a dude, that's probably not gonna happen to you. Women ain't gonna, crew of women ain't gonna walk by that got a table and all that, unless they some sugar mommies. Be like, oh, the nigga with the dreads, yeah, you coming with us. You in VIP with us for the rest of the night. You gonna shake some, pop some, and oh, one of us might take you home tonight. That's probably not gonna happen for you. You're gonna have to, as a man, you're gonna have to pay a little bit. You're gonna have to pay something. As a female, you ain't gonna have to pay. So we know that it's double standards. You know, when y'all out and y'all got a lot of roster in your mind and in your head, you think you're doing it big. And that's you, ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies? You think you're doing it big because you got a roster, but really the overall consensus, especially amongst men, is like, oh, use, oh, and you like, and then when a guy does it, you know, whether y'all disagree or not, like, yeah, that's community dick. The overall consensus, especially from the other male counterpart, we like, that's my guy. He doing it big. He's a player. He's a player. So, you know, it's double standards that's going to work for us, and some going to work for y'all, some not going to work for us, and some not going to work for y'all. But when it comes to this, it's like with Dre, I don't think she was a predator. Was she grooming him and all that? Nah, he's growing. You know, did he play himself? Jalen Green, that is? Yeah. Got her pregnant, unless that's what you wanted to do. We'll never know. And then come to find out he has somebody else. He got he about to have 2 baby mamas, but he about to be the $300 million man, so he can afford it. And the little Kim thing is like, these guys probably looking for come-ups. You know what I mean? Like, probably looking for a come-up. We know we be seeing Little Kim and, you know what I mean, Queen B and all. It's the Q to the B, and then like, you know what I mean? And, you know, the face waking up to that, I only can imagine. Obviously, when you get older, you know, if you're not taking care of yourself and you going hard in the paint, clubbing, and you doing shit like that, you know, your body going to be on the fast decline. And you're going to hit the wall hard as a motherfucker, and you're going to be in that wash cycle faster than the motherfucker. And then some people you see, you be like, damn, nigga in his 50s, or nigga she's shorty 40 or whatever, and they be looking good. You know what I mean? Because they're taking care of themselves, or they having some checks and balance. They're not just out there going hard in the paint, drugging and drinking and doing all this crazy shit. Then by the time you're 35, you look wash. Like, damn, you in your 40s? You look like you in your 60s. Or you in your 30s, you look like you in your 40s. And we all know cases like that. And then we all see the opposite, where people look good for their age. A lot of them be on the raw vegan, you know, obviously that vegetarian lifestyle, not eating a lot of chemical processed food, not drugging and drinking a lot. But I'm gonna just say this: do what works for you. If you happy, I'm happy. But don't shun a Marcus Houston or somebody, you know, dating younger as a man and try to make them to be, oh, he trying to manipulate, you know, he this and that. Both parties, whether it's man or woman, and one is younger than the other, it's probably not going to have a whole lot to talk about. And then if you subscribe to men supposed to be the leaders, you know what I mean, in addition to protectors, providers, and maintainers, that's what I subscribe to. Then it's like, if you're older, you got more wisdom, you got more experience, you living off experience like the locks. Then if you got a younger guy, yeah, you can lead, and you probably will be leading, but how is he going to lead and come into his own if you older and you more experienced in life? How is he going to lead you when he's still trying to find and figure himself out? Whereas the man that's older, yeah, the woman don't probably have a lot of experience body-wise or just traveling or doing whatever, and he does, but he's supposed to be the natural leader anyway. So she's going to follow his lead. So that's the only, you know, little caveat I say in that. Other than that, I say do what make you happy. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can't live through what other people is doing, and that's what a lot of people do. That's why Snoop Dogg, side note, this wasn't part of the topic, that's why she came out. I got the Honda or the Civic, or like Jay and them sitting on the scale. I'm going to get you the Honda. We going to put some rims on it. They'll be raking you. We going to put the 20s on it. You're going to be sitting clean in the Honda Civic. I forget whatever she had, but it wasn't a Beamer, Benz, or Bentley, right? And Snoop Dogg is a father. Obviously, he's the OG. Might be one of the Gizzard keepers in the new world. You know what I mean? I'm just being funny, but I'm not. Been in the game for a long time. He's been accused of that. So that ain't like that's new information. I'm not breaking no new grounds with that. She had to come out and say, yeah, you know, a lot of people be out watching social media. You know, it can put a spell over you. It could throw you for a loop. And you could be you could be Jedi mind tricking yourself to think that what you see is real. And you know what I mean? Once you take the pill, you wake up like, oh shit, this is Zion? This is where we live? Wow, I was totally had the blinders on and I didn't see it for what it was. She like a lot of people is like that, and she almost was like that, but now she's appreciative. Now she's grateful. She probably could get anything she wants. Again, her father is Snoop Dogg, but I only say that to say a lot of people, and in my opinion, especially a lot of women, they see certain couples and goals, and they see Sierra and Russell, they want to live that lifestyle. They want to be them. They want to be Sexy Red. They're already Sexy Red, but they're not famous like Sexy Red. So they try to, you know what I mean, get in the loop in that way. It's like it's a lot of Pooties and Ray. You're just not famous, and you ain't make it to the rap game. But a lot of the same people. They're just not famous. You just don't know them. I don't know them. They try to live through social media, and that's where you go wrong at. So just what works for them don't mean that it's going to work for you. Don't mean it's going to work for me. What works for me may not work for you. Just because I made it selling, CDs out my trunk, that don't mean you're going to make it selling CDs out your trunk. Not saying you can't do it, you can't at least try and put your best foot forward. And if you don't succeed, then try again. Rest in peace, Aaliyah, right? Try. Do you. Challenge. See if you can get it. But it doesn't mean that that's going to be your play. Doesn't mean that that's going to be your path. So when it comes to them, I say do what works for you. But let's also see how it plays out. You know what I mean? They might just be looking for a come up. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I think they're looking for a come up. Now let's get to this shit. Now tell me who want to bang with us, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, and let your fucking brains hang. Let's talk about Shine, right? A lot of people in the comments, first of all, hey, we in the end game because people was like, where did this accent come from? Let's play Shine and listen to this accent real quick. You know what I'm saying? He's in the news clip, spinning in the clip, talking about this Diddy shit, right? And you're talking about Diddy in the sense of what the victim Ben was saying. A lot of us, we wasn't really listening, but she already told us what it was. You know who shot, even though the gun pointed right at you. If you live, you know who shot you. You know who shot you. I mean, I done been shot at. When you're dealing with that type of situation, I'm going to just leave it at that. If you live, you know who was in front of the trigger or behind the trigger, pointing and trying to kill you. The lady Ben said who shot her. So now Sean is coming out saying this.
Accusations, he says that the gentleman confessed to the shooting.
I know my life probably messed
and
that
that
up.
is what stands out to me the most because, I'd done my best to put it behind me and to move forward. But it certainly reopens the wounds that I've been saying this all along. Everyone knew all along that I was the fall guy. Everyone knew that I was a young kid that took the fault. Until I got
court that never really pointed the finger at
yes, but what I'm saying is that was a decision that I made as a young man. I'm not going back on that. I'm not about to point the finger. No, I'm not going to get into that.
I'm not pointing no
but
fingers.
the victim is telling you who did what.
Right.
And I understand that there are other witnesses.
Is she accurate, sir?
So pretty much, we like, is she accurate? He like, listen, I'm not going to keep telling you. You keep asking me the same question, you're going to get the same answer. Like, you can flip it and bounce it. It's going to be the same answer. I was the fall guy. I didn't have no lawyers. I didn't know anything. I had no money from Belize. So, you know what I mean? That's his accent. And he took the fall, right? And the lady, Ben, was trying to sue. And, when you got a lot of money and you got lawyers and shit like that, you could beat a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Teflon Don, you could pull it off. You know what I'm saying? And so that's pretty much what happened. Now, years later, because the lady is still saying, Diddy shot her, right? And he's saying, nigga, it wasn't me. I was the fall guy. So, again, we in the end game because of the accent. Obviously, he was sounding like Big in the rap shit. And now he's sounding like a whole nother person. And, since he done came home, he done, I know people didn't see this coming. Like, the nigga, what's the Quicksilver in the Avengers? Bet you didn't see that coming. Nah, we didn't see that coming. And, Wyclef, I think, took a role like that. A couple other people tried to jump into politics, and I think it's good. You know what I mean? Find your lane and blaze a trail for some other people to come behind you. But back to the case, because obviously, when the Diddy shit was going on, it was Ramadan, when they raided his crib, made a big show and all that. And that's why you didn't really hear me talk about it. Obviously, everybody is the no Diddy. That's taking place up the pause. Both of those games, just stupid. I hated it. When I came home 2004, I was like, what the fuck is all this pause shit, right? I mean, ultimately, I didn't succumb to it because I don't play the game, but I laugh about it sometimes when people say shit or whatever. But it is really stupid when you think about it. A whole bunch of, allegedly heterosexual men think about some homosexual shit. It's like, bro, what are we talking about? Anyway, the new Diddy, right? Or no Diddy. He been spinning in a clip, no charges yet. They went and raided his crib, I guess got the tapes, and that's not the topic. But I just bringing that up to say when it did happen, I didn't have a chance to speak on it because it was Ramadan. I only did one show, and I think it happened after the one show that I did. But they raided the cribs. He in Miami rolling around on pedal bikes with Stevie J and whoever, with his daughters and all that. Still out living his best life. No charges yet, no lockup yet. Maybe it's going to come. We'll see. Is he innocent, though? We know that people that are guilty sometimes are found not guilty. And we know that people are innocent that didn't do shit, they're found guilty. So my whole thing was tearing a black man down. A lot of people was going crazy with that. Some people was like, we got to hold him accountable, etc. And time will tell. What's done in the dark will come to the light eventually. So we still waiting to see. I'm definitely waiting to see. Do I believe some wild shit done popped off? I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, how could you look at at least some of the facts that we do know? Multiple artists saying what they saying. You got the bodyguard, the ex-bodyguard, etc. You know what I mean? You got Sean coming out like, listen, I ain't pulling no triggers in no club. And when this shit first happened, I was like, wow, like niggas is really wild. Like rap is out of control. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Kiggity. That's an EPMD reference. Hip hop is out of control. And on that song, he like, Kiggity, I stand tall, I won't fall. I'm like, Superman, fly high, way up. And and so when you hear some of these shit, you say, damn, niggas was popping off in the club. How brash and how gangster some Teflon Don shit you gotta be on to do that type of vibe. And then obviously fast forward, you see Troy Aves, and you see a whole lot of different things transpire since then. That was in the 90s, late 90s or whatever. But he was the fall guy. I think a lot of people knew it. He coming out now. Maybe it was those waivers where he couldn't speak. No waivers on the victim, the female victim. She's still sticking to her story. She's sticking to the script no matter how much time has passed. She's like, yo, this is what it is. I've been telling y'all that. Now he's corroborating my story saying, yo, he didn't pull that trigger. Something like he was shot off in the air and all that. Who's doing all that? In the club. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Bottles in the club and all that. So, real interested to see how this plays out now with this allegedly new information. Still no charges. Is he going to get R. Kelly? Is they going to bring Jay-Z? I know they want to try to, you know what I mean, make a whole circle and shit. There's going to be a lot of shit spinning on the news. One never can tell what's real, what's not real. But I thought it was interesting that he finally like, listen, I didn't bust no shots in no club. I didn't shoot nobody in the face, and I was the fall guy. So if you didn't do it, pretty much the people would say that's dry snitching. Like, well, if it's only two of us, I didn't do it, then, you know what I mean? Like the little fat boy with the eyes of the yellow shirt, when you look at him, like, if I didn't do it, nigga, then who did it? Obviously, it's this nigga done did it. Well, let's keep it some hip-hop, right? We had, we're gonna be rapid fire. We had my guy, Dirt, you know what I mean? Saying some wild shit.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been in my house.
Nigga said his best
For real?
friend never been. For real? That's what I said.
Your best friend?
Your best friend, nigga? Then he ain't your best friend.
Like, it's
nigga.
people like that. I just don't allow around my girl and my kids.
Right, we understand that.
Because it's like I'm just a different type of nigga.
You are a
I'm
different
not
type of nigga.
We're gonna have family night at Dirk House tonight.
Just say, everybody at Dirk's crib.
Yeah,
type shit.
we gotta everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody.
That's the gist of it.
Hey.
But my thing is this right now. I know we ain't from Chicago or one of them wild out places like New York. I mean, I always be saying I like New York ain't crazy. New York niggas is the craziest. Uptown niggas is the craziest. Now, I always be saying shy. If you fuck with Pop if it's TV, then you know I be playingly, but not really playing. Saying I'm never going to Chicago, even if the plane has got to stop there for one stop. But then I'm not taking that plane. I will be nowhere caught dead in Chicago because Chicago is fucking crazy. And, again, the lady hit me on the gram. She from Chicago. She's like, nigga, you from New York. They be doing wild shit there, too. And we do. So no matter where you go in the hood, niggas just be doing crazy shit. So I get it. A lot of trauma. A lot of homies done got killed. And I'm not making light of that. Obviously, we all take losses. when you're dealing with street shit, especially if you gang, right? Like, duh, if you in a gang, then there's probably gonna be some killing. It's probably gonna be some murder, death, kill, and Thanos will have nothing but dust and blood. It's probably gonna be some dust and some blood, and a lot of funeral bringing and flower bringing, right? And singing. That's not the funny part. Anyway, I get it. You may be a little traumatized. You may be a little overly cautious or even overly paranoid, as they say. A little paranoid, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes being paranoid is good. In some cases. But when you say your best friend, how can I be your best friend? How could I possibly be your best friend if I've never been in your house? Have you been to my house? Are you allowed to come to my house? Or is that just some little dirt? Like he said, he is some different nigga, but a lot of people in the comments was like, yo, this brother is traumatized. And I think so, because it's one thing to say associates. You know, just because me and you cool, that don't mean the person you cool with like that. Like me and you like that. You got other people that you may be like that with, and that's fine. Every relationship, you know, is cultivated different, is different moving parts, and you know, everybody apes boom coon or friend. Like, you know, Houdini said, how many of us have them? Let's be friends. Friends is hard to find. So if you have true people down for you, you know what I mean? Whether they relatives, friends, or they, you know, not blood relatives and they're your friends. They're your family. Then they're your family. But just because I'll do something for a best friend don't mean the best friend should, you know, will reciprocate that and do it for me. A lot of times in our mind, we'd be like, well, nah, I would do it for them. So you automatically think that they supposed to do it for you. And that don't be the case. But when you say, damn, like, everybody don't get the best friend title, though. You may have some homies you grew up with or you went to school, whatever, you know what I mean? Y'all end up, you know, The Wood, you know what I mean? Like the movie, you know what I mean? All y'all cool. But one of them or two of them, you may be cool, more cool than the other. So you get to come to the wedding, but he can't. Or you may get to, you know what I mean? Like, certain secrets amongst us doesn't go for everybody. Some of the skeletons buried in your closet, only one person may know. Not everybody. So I get that. But when you say best friend, like, you know what I mean? Your best friend, if I was your best friend, I want you around all the time, 50 Cent reference, and even though you're talking about a chick. Why I can't come to your house? And why I'm not allowed? And then when you say the people that do come, sound like some shit they was talking about Diddy again with the cameras in every room. Like, bro, really? Is that serious? Is that strategic? Like, and why is it only like that with the black motherfuckers? Seems like, right? Like, oh, but you black. And I give this scenario and analogy all the time. And I'm not wishing nothing on none of the other. I'm not wishing that. Don't put that on. Don't spin it in a clip, chop it and screw it. Have Popovich on one of these social medias talking about I want some shit done to the other, because I don't. Some motherfuckers need to have shit done to them, but that's not what I'm advocating. That's not what I'm saying. You heard it here first. However, downtown Brooklyn and Dunbar, right? Whatever these places, Dumbo, uptown Harlem, you know what I mean? Wherever you at. White motherfuckers walking through the hood. Asian motherfuckers walking through the hood. Jewish motherfuckers walking through the hood. Everybody walk through the hood. 2, 3 at fucking night. At one point in time, if you know, you know, nobody was down. At one point in time, it's my show. Side note, this wasn't really the topic. At one point in time, on the 2 train or the 3 train, when you get to 96th Street, everybody got off the train that wasn't black damn near. Everybody. And I remember that as a kid so much. We used to play, you know what I mean? Like driving up on the train, looking at people and trying to analyze and do, you know, study analysis on them and shit. We motherfucking professor at you, trying to read their mind, you looking at their clothes, you laughing at them, you being obnoxious and shit. But no matter what, when that 3 train came, sometimes the Bronx you can go up further. But definitely the 3 train. If you from Harlem or you've been on the train around these times, then you know. Train is empty now. Empty. Nobody going uptown in no Harlem. Now, they all over. 3 o'clock at night, 4 o'clock at night, pull up, jump out the whip, go in the store, get a Lucy, jump back in the whip. No repercussions, no nothing. And again, I'm not saying stuff should happen to them. I'm human, I got a heart. A tin man, I just want a heart. You know what I mean? I'm not saying stuff should be done to them, because it wouldn't be right. They just living their fucking regular lives too, ordinary people. They just in the hood now, right? But me and you, but you black. Certain areas and all that, as soon as you come through, niggas is grilling you. Niggas is icing you up and down. You might be a Vic to your own kind. But it's not like that for them. So I'm saying, damn, you know, we so much traumatized that nigga can't even have his best friend come over to his crib. Damn, dog. So we don't never barbecue. We don't never watch the game together. Where do we do this at? We got to always go out, or you always coming to my house? You know, whoever his best friend is. I don't know who his best friend is. You talking about Lil Durk, that is, and the statements that he made. If you just jumping in, you know what I mean? Shout outs to you. The black light. What's the word? Black light. Who's his best friend? I know y'all probably don't know, but maybe you do. How should he feel or she feel? Most likely it's probably a dude. How would you feel if your best friend like, yo, you can't come to my house? That's wild. That'd be wild. Like, damn, nigga, I knew you since fucking grade school. We been best friends. I know your moms. We done borrowed sugar. We done, you know what I mean? Went down to motherfucking court together and all. We done did so much shit together. Now I can't come to your crib? It just sounds crazy. And a lot of people in the comments was agreeing with that. Like, bro, it don't even sound right. You sound traumatized. Seek some help. You're a victim. You know what I mean? Like Mike would say, seek help. Get some help. You're a victim. It sounds just like some victim syndrome shit. And again, I don't know what he's been through. I know he probably been through some shit, but we all done been through some shit. If you still here, then, you know, all praises due. What don't kill you will make you stronger, or hopefully make you wiser moving forward. I just thought it was wild. I know anybody talking about I'm best friend because I'm popping off, and that's just not the negative. But that means you can get money out of my pocket. You know what I mean? Maybe not the last dollar, but you can get something. I could try to help you get back on your feet. That means if something happens to your kids, you can entrust them with me. They're going to be all right. At least I'm going to try to direct them to the right path. If your mom's I'm talking about like true friends. Like, that's why I said everybody don't have them, and if you do have one or two, then you lucky. You very, very lucky. You know what I mean? Ugly baby model, what's the word? You're very, very lucky if you have those type of individuals to be considered in your circle. Because everybody don't get that. You know, as soon as some shit pop off, they could be turning their back. They got some shit to do. You know what I mean? Like, you got somewhere to be. You ain't fooling me. Backbiting. But they ain't got your back. Owe you something, but they ain't never got your stacks. Put they 2 cents in, but they don't know the facts. Yeah, we know it's whack, but we all for that. That's a great fire reference. Like, we get it. We got the fake friends, and that's why it's no new friends. There's all these different scenarios where people are like, nah, I don't want no new. But what about the people that's down? They already passed the test. Those are your niggas. Like, you were riding still, dog nigga what? Ride till we die, song to the song, thick like blood, where's my dog? That's a DMX reference. Where's your dogs? I can't even come to your crib. So if I can't come to your crib, then don't call me, you know, for the no kids and no gatherings, something to your mom. Like, I just don't use the term best friend. Let's stick to some rap shit, right? Stick to some rap shit. I'm talking about this, but only in this sense. The child of the ghetto, somebody explain it to me. Ripping and running the picture they painted. G-Dep just came on, right? And salute to him. A lot of people were saying, you know, he's a real one. Turned himself in. Didn't know the person had, you know, passed from, you know, the situation that transpired. Rest in peace. All praise due, man. Allah have mercy, right? People like that stand-up shit. And my cousin turned himself in too after he caught a body. You know, he in the ground now. He been passed for a few years. My cousin David, a.k.a. Lotto, if you know, you know, stand-up dude. He turned himself in too. So I get it. You know, the J. Cole is sitting on your soul. It's not sitting on your spirit. And, you know, although Cam, you know, in the movie, and I plainly say it a lot on the channel, you know, niggas die every day, Pete. And even now, babies die every day. And we so used to that shit that we shouldn't be when you even hear like, damn, babies is dying every day. Yeah, babies is dying every day. Shouldn't be that way, but that's what it is. And like Tupac said, that's just the way it is. So, you know, he home, turned himself in, gave him some time, and I think he got pardoned or whatever. He home now. I think he did 8 years, right? And they say he was off the, you know what I mean? He was off the liquid gold, you know what I mean? That death juice, you know what I mean? Like a lot of your favorites, these niggas is all drugged up and they lost and turned out, like the Whispers Olivia, right? Came home and, you know, he like, yo, he looking for Diddy, somebody get in contact with Diddy. And I'm like, how you come home and the first thing you looking for is Diddy? Like, nah, my nigga. That sound wild crazy, number one. And then you got to check the temperature of the room. Like, do you know what's going on right now, bro? Nobody in your camp told you what it is. And why you ain't got your own Instagram account or, you know, somebody schooling you? Like, people don't realize, you know, when you go in, and I've done time, like I know on the channel, I'm not an angel on this channel, right? Unfortunately. Like a lot of y'all motherfuckers. So why you tune in, some of y'all? You did time up north, you did time in the motherfucking county and all that. You know what it's like with that yakisobe and chili con corn, and I don't care. Oftentimes when you do go to prison for an extended period of time, whatever year that was, whatever was going on with you, that's where you at. That's exactly where you stay at. It's almost like they freeze you on the Winter Soldier type shit, and you frozen in Wakanda until they let you out. And then when you come out, like Captain America, and you looking around 42nd Street, and you see the coronavirus, and you see the motherfucking Corona beer bottle. Go back and look at Avengers, the first movie. You know what I mean? No, it was at the end of Captain America movie when he woke up and he came out. It was downtown 42nd Street. When you see a picture of the Corona bottle, of the beer, but then you look on the side where it looks like a virus or some type of shit, and they was forecasting. They do a lot of this shit through the media, believe it or not. That's what I believe. I'm sticking to it. You know what I mean? That's how I stay alert and on point. But anyway, it's like they freeze you in time. Where's your team at? You know what I mean? They say, yo, bro, right now he got a lot of shit going on for you to jump on the internet and be like, yo, you got 400 songs. You looking for Diddy, all you need is a studio, my nigga. You G-Dep. You ain't the top of the top. You ain't the best around, but you do got some hits. And, you know what I mean? You was G-Dep. You came home, you got 100, you got 400 songs. You know how many in-house studios and niggas' cribs would love to probably work with somebody like you? Set your gram up, have your team set some shit up for you, and do it the right way. He just looked at a little out of touch. I think Lisa Everett was interviewing him, and she like, you looking for Diddy? Well, what do you think about all? He like, I hope, you know, all the stuff was right. And then you start thinking like, this nigga was on some, you know what I mean, liquid gold. Is he back on that? Talking a little, you know what I mean, looking a little, we looking at you a little funny like, bro, don't throw that 8 years away you just did clean. And even though you can get drugs in jail, let's be clear. It's anything you want in jail, you can get. Like, and it's all for sale. And that's you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's all for sale. Double the price. Fucking eighth out here, what, $30, $40, $100 in prison. The eighth of weed I'm talking about. And other shit too. Let's be clear. Got a whole lot of baby mamas and people motherfucking like Sexy Red. You know what I mean? Getting sexy, taking that shit in, and doing what they do. A lot of officers as well. That's just the facts. You come home asking for Diddy, that's crazy, my guy. You cannot just come straight home and the first thing you're talking about is Diddy. They took him to IHOP. I get it. When you come home, you want to eat. And I can't remember. I think the first thing I ate when I came home from Sing Sing King of New York, 04, we went to the Boston market. My Aunt Deborah, my cousin David moms, and my cousin Marie, his sister, they picked me up from the Sing Sing and shit. And we went to the Boston market, bust that food down. So I get it. When you come home, you was on that yakisobe and chili con corn line. So you want to eat some good shit, what you think is good, even though that's a whole bunch of bullshit food. Took them right to IHOP's trash food. And that's you, G-Dep. They took you. I'm just saying. I'm being funny, but I'm not. That probably wouldn't have been the first place I would have went upon, you know, hindsight. But I get it. 8 years you want to come home and you want to eat what you want to eat. Get a team together, bro. Get your shit together. You know what I mean? And stop being out here looking for Diddy, because that shit crazy. We don't know what's going to happen with him. Show us a lot of homemade in-house producers that would love to try to help you make another child of the ghetto, right? At least that's just my stance anyway. Let's talk about this Caitlin Clark shit, right? NBA's in full swing. Matter of fact, let me see if the Pelicans, we're gonna talk some NBA tonight. So I told you I got time today. I got the Pels winning. I don't know if they was. It was 26-26 last time I checked the score. Let's see right now. Right now they winning 79-71. And yeah, 79-71. We had Miami. We just need the Pelicans tonight. Yeah, kid, that feeling. Then we'll be saying that feeling. Anyway, let's talk about Caitlin Clark, right? #1 pick in WNBA. The fever. She got the fever. Like she woke up. She got the fever. And #1, I mean, we ain't have no doubts Do I think she should have went number one? As far as talent-wise, I really don't know because I don't follow women's basketball. I couldn't tell you who came out the draft. I know Angel Reese went number 7 to Chicago. And I know she went number 1. Anything else, I do not know. It's not a diss. It's not no shade. I don't watch women's basketball. I already talked about this. I'm not going to go into that again, right? But the reason why I want to talk about it because she's spinning in the clip. And she's spinning in the clip for a lot of reasons. Number one, the last time I spoke about it, obviously CNN had their pictures up, the losers, and not Dawn Staley and the winners, right? And so I guess she was on Gail. She was on Gail, and Gail, I think I might have it. You know what I mean? Gail like, yo, we all was rooting for Caitlyn, right? And this shit is just wild. Shit wild. Shit is really, really wild. And a lot of people is mad. A lot of people is steaming. And my thing is, you can root for who the fuck you want. We always making some blacks like we always want to be keeping on cold, and you know the other, and we not sticking together. And I do believe that as well. I'm definitely black first, even though I be looking Spanish sometimes. But I am, you know, got both. You know, I got both moms and pops, right? Black and Hispanic, or Latin, right? I'm just light-skinned, right? But I'm definitely all the way black, and I'm always for the people. Regardless, even when we be wrong in the back, I'm like, yo, y'all niggas is wrong. But in the public, I understand we need to keep a united front. I get that. I get it. But it be for the wackest shit, like rooting on sports. If she was rooting for Caitlin Clark, okay, so what? So what? Why are we not strong with the other shit that be fucking us over? Like the gang shit, like poverty, like the lack of education, like the lack of financial education, the lack of people understanding how credit work and those type of important things, family structure, taking pride in where you live, shit all over the place, garbage all over the place. We gonna really like, and I get it, Gayle King, fucking Oprah Winfrey, y'all still ain't talking about Weinstein. Yeah, y'all know why we mad. You funky head dog, bitch. We know why Snoop said that shit. And that's you, Gayle. You know what I mean? Fucking talking about, you know what I mean, Megan, when I mean intimate with Tory. Was you and Tory intimate? We know the Gayle King. We know what she talking about. But in this thing here, niggas roasting and dragging her. I'm not defending her. I'm just saying, like, what if she was really rooting for her? She can't root because she white? Like, we be really trying to make it some racial shit, and we don't really be standing 10 toes down when it really comes to the black issues and sticking together. We be picking and choosing, and we be picking the dumb shit to stand together. That's just my personal opinion. You can like it, you can love it, you can dread it, you can run from it, but my opinion still arrives all the same. That was a Thanos reference. That's just my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? I figured they was going to win too. You know what I mean? And I think that because I think sports is scripted and rigged, and you know what I mean? Like they going to make who they want to win. So maybe she had some money. Maybe when she like she met her and the people that was watching it from her house. Not all of us black folks. But anyway, yo, I got the joint. It was I think it's Beyonce sent Dawn Staley some flowers. I think I saved it. Let me just see real quick. Do I got it? So y'all can see what I'm talking about. And that was the TikTok shit. Dame Dash, McDonald's. That's the shit about McDonald's. Keisha Cole and shit. Where's this shit at with Dawn Staley at? Anyway, Beyonce sent her some flowers, and you know, that's what's up. She like, yo, my whole family was watching you, so she like, yo, you know, that's Jay-Z and that's Ivy Blue and them. They was watching us. And salute to Dawn Staley. Is it right here? No, that's just her going 7th. I don't think I saved that one. I don't think I did. But we got this guy talking about it. We got this guy, Stat from the Spurs champion. He mad. That nigga super mad.
Gayle King's supposed to be somebody that's big in the journalism space, right?
She is.
And I don't consider her black media. Y'all give her all these passes because she fuck with she's Oprah friend. I don't know for who friend she is. I don't do nothing for nobody. But you cannot demean Dawn Staley like that. You talking to her about winning the championship, about going undefeated, and you have the nerve to get on there and say, "Well, we was rooting for Caitlin Clark, and you broke everybody's hearts." Who was we?
Her friends, probably.
Who is we?
Her and her friends.
All the black people I know was rooting for Dawn Staley. We all fans of Caitlin Clark, but the way you put it, that shit was trash.
But how the way that she put it again, like, what if she had money on it, my guy? Because this is one thing I hate. Y'all know what I'm going to say on the show, right? Because this is my show. And we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes when people don't be acting flaky. Papa Visms 101, and of course, motivation. I got money on the game tonight, and I hate when I'm in Wild Wings and I'm rooting and I'm trying to win, and there's some other bum-ass nigga that don't got no money on the game see me rooting, happy, and hollering, hooting, and then they wasn't rooting for the other team before, but now you peep game and you see niggas is rooting for one team, and I root against my New York Giants all the time. I bet against them. Then you start rooting for the other team, and I'm like, damn, was this nigga rooting for the other team before? When the game is close and it's on the line, right? I hate niggas like that. I hate people like that. Because that's your money, son. That's your money, son. Do you know if she had money on the game? Do you know if she had a friendly bet with somebody? Like, yo, if these white girls win, woo, she could bet and root for whoever she want. You don't got to make every single little thing like Martin Lawrence and Boomerang is racial, man. I'm telling you, it's racial. Everything is not racial, even though in the back office sometimes it do be. However, her track record, her history, and her integrity, something that we talk about often on the channel, keeping your integrity intact, making sure that it stays intact, because that's the first thing people going to try to do is tear your integrity down. Are you a piece of shit type of man? Are you a motherfucking scumbag, scum of the earth? As K.O. Smitty would say, you's a scum of the earth. You know what I mean? You get murked tomorrow, niggas ain't going to miss you. Niggas ain't going to be crying at your funeral. Some people are like that. And I hate to sound brash and harsh like that, but that's the reality. And then there's people that is good people through and through. And no matter what race, people is like, damn, we sad that this good person passed. And you'll be remembered for a long time, at least longer than most or others. And y'all know what I'm going to say on the channel too. Tony, I hope they remember you. Some of us ain't going to be remembered, but just for a second, by your own family. Your own family think you a piece of shit, some of us. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That's the reality. Not trying to be harsh to your ears. But again, we know what she did with Kobe right after he passed, her and Oprah, talking trash about him, and he say shit about Weinstein. We know she got a little history of doing shit. So what's this, that? Yeah, I guess if you mad about it, you know what I mean, and you looking at it like that, but just because Dawn Staley is black and she had the predominant, her team was black, don't mean everybody that was black was rooting for them. Doesn't mean that. Some people probably have money on Iowa, I believe so. But anyway, right? In addition to Beyonce sending Don, I was about to say Don King, Dawn Staley some flowers and salute to the Peacocks. You know what I mean? Without all this drama and shit surrounding it, I probably would have never tuned in for just a little bit of time that I tuned in to see if this white girl could really ball. Y'all, if you seen the last episode, y'all know I wasn't watching this shit. I'm still not going to watch it moving forward, most likely. Still probably not going to watch. But for that little bit of 5 minutes, see if she could ball when they was playing against LSU, and then obviously in the championship, I watched a little bit and watched them. I came in, I think the last quarter or the third quarter was on. Watched them get scraped. She ain't look spectacular then. But now Nike, again, she went number one, like number one. She went number one, and Angel Reese, our darling, right? A lot of us darling, because it's racial. They made that racial too, yet they cool, you know what I mean? And we on the internet arguing, some of us, not me. Even though I do be in the comments. I be in the comments, right? Typing like a motherfucker. Sometimes just trolling. I'm just keeping it in the buck. They cool in real life. You know what I mean? Somebody like, they probably gonna be on the same team. She knocked her out. Angel Reese got the bling blah, like your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blah. She got a ring, she don't. So she got that over her forever. She's a champion, a college champion, she's not. We'll see which one of them get a ring first in the league. And just like Magic and Bird, maybe this will be good for the WNBA. But anyway, Nike, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, they about to give her, what, 80 million or some shit like that, 5 billion or whatever. Ice Cube was going to give her 5. I'm not sure what Nike going to give her. I looked at it, but I don't know if that's the right number. But they supposed to give her some money, a shoe endorsement deal. And I think it's only like 2 other people. I think I do got that story because I want to see who the 2 other people is. Because people are saying Angel Reese, not Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, I think that's her name. She ain't got it. And I did have the picture. It was like 2 other people that got Nike deals or shoe deals. But anyway, this is the best player in the WNBA. And I only know about her because they won last year, then they won this year. And so being how they won last year, you know, they bigging them up. They was about to play New York, Liberty. They supposed to have formed a super team. You know, even though they end up meeting in the WNBA finals, which I didn't watch. Didn't bet on it, didn't care about it. And the Aces won, right? So they won 2 times back to back. And salute to them. She the best player in the NBA, right? A WNBA. She the best player. She's the best. Oh, give me 1 second. She's the best around. My shit done went off on this one. Let me put this one back on, then we'll be right back to live action. So she's the best. And should she have a shoe deal? If it's the best player of your league and she helping you bring money in, and obviously the bottom line is about dollars, then yeah, she should have a shoe deal. But I get why, you know, the new girl, the it girl, comes in and she's gonna get the shoe deal. Because she the one that had people coming to the games. She the one that had people paying their money, the viewers tuning in. Even somebody like me who don't watch it. I said, let me tune in for a little minute. Let me just see if she can play. See what all the hype is about. Stephen A. Smith calling her the white female Steph Curry. That's high praises. I'm like, really, Stephen A? Because you be saying a lot of hyperbole. Like, we know you going to say some shit. So, like, let me see if she really could play. And she can play. But is she the best around? I don't think so. But we'll see as she on her journey in the WNBA. But if you was running the business and you about your money, because that's your money, son. Because that's your money, son. Not nobody else's. So you could come to my channel, see who I'm going to put my money on. You can see who I like. You can go to all these other channels. And there's a lot of channels and people fronting and stunting about how much money they making, how they got out the hood, how they brought their mama a helicopter, you know what I mean, a helipad, all from gambling. And you can't get money from gambling if you bet right and you know what I mean, you got the good picks. It's all about the picks. Not about luck, about having the right picks and being on the right side of Vegas. Because Vegas do be cheating. When I say Vegas, I mean the overall machine of gambling. The people who control the money. 100 million over here, 10 million over here. Who's going to win? I think we'll take that 100 million. Thank you. Refs, make sure we get the 100 million and not the 10 million. So again, if you was running the business, and a lot of us are not. Now I'm running the business. You see the Cozy Souls in the back? Cozy Souls, Cozies, and a few other things, right? You want the best for your bottom line of business. So if one person, despite their skin color, although that obviously plays a factor sometimes, I'm not naive, we're going to tell the truth over here, as opposed to another person, who's going to bring more money in? Is it more as a sexy matchup to see LeBron and Steph in them for a 5th time? Or should we bring some new blood in and have it this way? Obviously, the bottom line will be determined in the future once her deal was signed and we see if the dollars start trickling in, you know what I mean, if they start rolling in, and now you want the fries and next week you moving up and the big bucks start rolling in, we'll see. I don't know. I'm hoping they get money, because that's a dispute. Even though I don't watch, that don't mean I don't want the sisters to get their money. Get your money. You know what I mean? If it's a market for it, it's a supply and demand, then get your bread. I'm all for that. But is it foul to not give it to Asia Wilson? You had a lot of people in the comments like they didn't even know who Asia Wilson was. I didn't know who she was until this year, even though they won the chip last year. Right, that's my point. So if I didn't know, and Shamar Moore, briefly from last show, he was like, man, a lot of people don't even watch this shit, which he's right. Now we start watching, are you going to be mad that we're watching now because she's making us watch? Or you mad because you ain't making us watch? Or you didn't get us to this point? And obviously, you had Jamel Hill. I was back and forth with her a little bit on the gram. She answered me back because I'm like, they still getting subsidized by the NBA. And she like, yeah, but the viewers is up. not only the championship for college and this and that, but I'm like, yeah, the viewers was up for the WNBA. In the finals, you had Vegas, who was trying to go back-to-back. You had New York, who had Breanna Stewart, and some other people that made it a super team. And that's what, the WNBA got the matchup that they wanted, or the sexiest matchup that they could possibly think of. And it probably wasn't two best teams. And I'm sure the viewership was up. And hopefully it'll continue to go. It just won't be with me. But ladies and gentlemen and lowlife, that's a Slick Rick reference, don't bitch and moan and complain and be griping about they need to get paid more, they need to get paid like the men, they need this, they need that, they need charter flights if you're not supporting. If you're somebody like me, then obviously I'm not bitching and moaning, I'm not complaining because I don't indulge. But if you are one of those people, make sure you Patreon their business. Make sure you go in and get the tees. They said that girl t-shirts, her jersey sold out the first night. That's big. How many other jerseys are selling out? And then this may be the racial part. You can take it as you want. She had Antonio Brown saying shit about her. Block that nigga on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. He running off at the mouth still talking crazy shit, right? Antonio Brown champion, Tampa Bay Bucks, Tom Brady and his wife. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The nigga that's crazy, he want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a rapper. She had the block him. I guess he called her a cracker or said some shit about her outfit. Was talking outlandish. She blocked him, right? Then she had the reporter. People was bugging off of that. Like he needed to be fired. I guess he was doing this is her symbol right here. I guess the bat signal. Throw your diamonds in the sky. You know what I mean? I guess he did that and like, well, if you do it to me, then we'll work out fine. It sounded a little crazy, but not as crazy as people was making it. But anyway, she's very well spoken. Obviously, she ain't got all the tattoos. She ain't got the purple hair. She don't got the piercings in her eyes and all that. And again, that's not no knock for the sisters that subscribe to that. If that's what you like to do, if that's who you are, Superman, you know what I mean? And you want to fly high, then go ahead. And you with the purple hair and you with all of the tattoos on your face, looking like a guy, in my opinion. And a lot of them is a little strongy, you know what I mean? In the face and in the body. Obviously, it's a good sport, so, they strong. If you want to do that, fine, but maybe that's not what I want. What's up, Riri, on the check-in? You know what I mean? Man of honor, what's the word? Appreciate you on the check-in. We're talking about the Caitlin Clark and the shit that's spinning with her right now, real briefly. We about to get off and get to the next topic, but maybe we don't want that for the WNBA. And you can't fault them if that's what they don't want. We don't want the strong, purple hair, the Nicki Minaj looking like. We don't want that. She fit the bill. And obviously she white, so a lot of times, white is right and you got the right complexion to get in. You know what I'm saying? It could be that. I won't be naive and say it's not that. But what I will say is, which are you choosing? Hamburger helper, steak and potatoes. I know which one I'm going to choose. I know which one I like, and I know which one I'm probably gonna spend my money for. So again, could it be that? And that's not to say Asia. She honestly, I think Asia's an attractive woman. She don't look manly. She ain't got the purple hair. Every time I see her, she look feminine. She look good. She definitely in shape, but she's not an ugly woman. She attractive. But I'm talking about overall. It is a lot of women like that in the WNBA. They all tatted up, you know what I mean? They got the color heads and all that. They got the Batman eyelashes looking crazy, shit crazy. And she plain Jane, the Caitlin Clark, she's not that attractive to me. Definitely plain vanilla, regular degular. And maybe that's what they want to push forward. If that is, and that's their business, who are you to tell them how to run their business? Go get your own business. Put people in place to run your shit the way you want it, and then nobody can tell you nothing. It'll just be cries in the wind, and you can cry me a river, like Justin Timberlake. You can dance and, cry me a river. You could do that type of shit, and if people gonna hear you, they're gonna hear you. So that's my thing, right? Like, it's like, listen, is Asia box office? Apparently not. She not even the other two are the people that got shoe deals. Two other people in the business got shoe deals, and she gonna make the third chick. If you the best player in the WNBA, why you don't got a shoe down? You can say, yo, that's because it's racial. It's some racial bullshit. All right, that may be true, but I think the other person is black. So how could it be racist? And again, they still young as far as the WNBA. They still growing. NBA been around for years. So maybe they won't need the NBA to subsidize them, but I don't think it's foul. I think they're probably making a business move, and if this young lady is gonna put seats and people in the seats, then I'm all for it. And again too, it's image. A lot of times we don't want to take accountability for our image, especially more so on black women now, I guess, with a lot of the sexy reds and all the shit that we be seeing on social media spinning in the clip. You gotta say, oh, that's just us, unapologetically, like we gonna be us. That's how Angel Reese was saying, right? After she won, I'm unapologetically myself and woo woo woo. And nobody trying to tell you to not be yourself, sis, brother, my brother, my brother. Nobody's not telling you to not be yourself, but you can be yourself and still have respect and courtesy for other people that have to be around you. See, that's where the maturity and just having the knowledge to say, yeah, I can still be who I want to be, and I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard for it, I could be what I want to be. You can be whatever you want to be, but just because you unapologetically being yourself, don't mean you have to infringe upon me. What if your self is playing music all loud, or like that shit that's the video that's spinning on the clip right now with all those people, I'm not sure where they was coming from, on the airplane, singing Sexy Red, going crazy. I'd have been so fucking mad if I was on that plane and all these motherfuckers is getting sexy. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, please. Like, you can be yourself, but if being yourself is infringing upon somebody else, then what gives you the right to do that? Because now you're invading my space. Now you're disrespecting me. Now you're saying the money I paid for this flight or wherever we at in the restaurant don't mean shit. I'm on a train, you want to have a whole lobster dinner, sit out on the train, and you want to play your music and do backflips and all that. And I get it, it's New York, and I'm sure it happens in a lot of other places too. And for the little niggas, I give them a couple dollars sometimes when I'm feeling good, right? I'm not Mr. Tin Man, I got a heart. Who are you to infringe upon me? Because you being yourself unapologetically. Who are you? I deserve the same respect you get. And you deserve the same respect I give. But when you hear Angel Reese say that, maybe she ain't gonna be the face. You got the sideburns all looking gorgeous on your face, nails all looking crazy and all that. Like, you know what I mean? It's image, whether you want to accept it or not. And behind closed doors, and even sometimes not behind closed doors, here's what they think about you. Like Ice Cube and Spike Lee and Do the Right Thing, you high jumping, fried chicken, watermelon eating, long eyelashes, stinky leg wearing. Like, know what I mean? Like, here's what they think about you. In the back office, a lot of the shit they saying about us. Uneducated, unmotivated, lazy motherfucking niggas. Right? And like OJ, like we said last week, I'm not black, I'm OJ, like rich nigga, poor nigga, white nigga, like still nigga for most of the time. Still nigga, whether you rich or you poor. And like Easy said, if you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga, you're poor nigga, you're poor nigga, you're educated nigga, you're educated nigga. But you never stop being a nigga. I can dig it. It's plain to see. Can't change me, because I'm going to be a nigga for life. Classic, right? NWA. It's classic material over here on Pop of His TV. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Speaking of image and the fuckery, and this is why K. Michelle, right? She about to come out with a show that I thought she about to come out with a restaurant. I think I did save it. Why she got to come out and say this? Or the couple that was in Texas, the black couple, husband and wife, right? They had came out and was like, yo, we're not gonna have no twerking. We're gonna have a dress code, etc. Why does she have to say that? And why does that always pertain to us? Oh, but you black, right? Why does it pertain to us and not nobody else? Because we the ones doing it. So anyway, I talked about K. Michelle last week too. Seemed like she's spinning in the clip a lot lately. Maybe she got a show coming out, or I don't know what she got going on. I want to find a clip just so y'all can hear her saying her own words. But I guess she opening up a restaurant and she like, listen, it ain't gonna be no dancing. It's gonna be a dress code. She's gonna be playing country music, shit like that. She not having it. And why is she saying this? Because a lot of times when we go, well, when I say we, I mean the ladies. Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? When y'all go out, a lot of times y'all don't be knowing how to act. Y'all be playing the fool, doing the fool. Well, I got this shit or not? I know I had saved it. Maybe I don't got it. Maybe I do got it. No, I don't think I got it. But anyway, y'all could Google the shit. She like, listen, she showing like she behind like some construction look like it's going on. In the background, she got the phone up like, this gonna be my space. So it's not even a restaurant yet. And she already giving y'all ladies, baddies, city girls, the sexy reds, wannabes, and y'all bow down to the queen. She already giving y'all full warning. Like, listen, when you come to this establishment, you're going to have a button-up shirt on. You're going to have, you know what I mean? You're going to act like a lady. You know what I mean? Like, because you're such a fucking lady. Def Jam Comedy, right? Odell. You such a fucking lady that I have to tell you how to act like a fucking lady. So that means no ass shaking when you come in here. I don't care what song is on. And in fact, we're going to play country music so you don't even feel tempted to get up and start shaking your ass. No coloring of the hair. Now, she ain't say that. I'm being funny. But she like, it's going to be certain rules and regulations. We not having that at my establishment. You got to ask yourself, damn, well, why is somebody like K. Michelle, who got the BBL, got it taken out, online, talking about people should be who they want to be, you should be able to date and do it. So she's very liberal, right? Why is she putting these stipulations on y'all? Because mostly black people. I don't think she really talking about no white folks. So she is, then cool. But we know who want it online, doing shake your ass challenges. Come on, baby, come on, baby. And like, we know who she talking about. She talking about, and that's you, ladies. She's talking about you. Why is she talking about you? Because y'all don't have no etiquette. Y'all fucking, the image is so low level now. It's like Slick Rick. That's why I quote it on the show all the time. Now come along. We have a party to attend with some real mature women and some more of our friends. Nigga came, he came up on the cab, pulled me right out the store and said, I don't want to see you playing with these lowlights no more. Now come along. We got a party to attend with some real mature women and some more of our friends. He held out the cab and he waited for a minute and as a kid, you know what it is. Some of y'all not mature, you're not sophisticated, you're not no high class. As though everybody think they the baddie because you got fucking gorgeous sideburns and you look good and you got a fat ass. Doesn't make you high class, doesn't make you sophisticated, doesn't make you none of that. It just make you look trash. A lot of times with the attitude and the behavior behind it. Most times. And you could agree, you could disagree, or like Thanos, you could dread it, you can run from it, but destiny arrives all the same. Otherwise, she wouldn't be making those stipulations before her store's even built. That's crazy. Shit ain't even built yet. Shit is in progress and in construction, and she already issuing out a public service announcement. Some of y'all is too fucking ratchet. Some of y'all is too ratchet. Y'all want to be sexy red. Outside of Popeyes, get it sexy. Get it standing on the roof of your car, shaking your ass. You know what I mean? Shaking your funky ass all over the place. Everybody don't want to see that all the time. It's to a point where you got heterosexual men telling women to put clothes on. That's how much this shit is online and you see so much ass everywhere. We desensitized. Just like Cam. Niggas get killed every day, B. Babies get killed every day, B. Bitches is naked every day, B. Bitches is shaking, selling pussy every day, B. Shit ain't no secret no more. Shit ain't no, you know what I mean, sneaky link. Shit ain't nothing sneaky about what's going on. It's clear view for everybody to see. Couple more topics, right? And then we out of here. I think we got enough time. We're going to talk about the NBA real quick, too, though. What else is on the agenda? Oh, let's talk about this real quick, too, right? NBA YoungBoy. Allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, arrested, then was on house arrest, then got rearrested, came to the crib, searched the crib and all that, allegedly running a high octane drug pill ring or whatever with promethazine and codeine, and allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, was using the dead person, name and all that, and on the phone, and other people is involved, and he got a history of fucking around and on the internet looking crazy, and I know myself too. I done been left, you know what I mean, and some throw up and looking crazy, shaking like Kane Cousin and motherfucking Menace to Society. You shaking and hoping, you know what I mean? You drowning in alcohol. A lot of us done been there, you know what I mean? And so I understand. Some of us self-medicate through drugs, so I'm not making fun of that or him. What I cram to understand is, it's one thing to have an addiction, but then it's another thing to be a rap mega star, and whether I like it or not, a lot of people fuck with Young Boy. I didn't know who he was. I think my nigga Rich put me up on to him, and that song I'm So Heartless and whatever that song is, I didn't know who he was. I don't really be rocking with a lot of the new rap. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't one of them old school niggas that be on the porch like, get off my porch, nigga. Y'all niggas can't fuck with my era. I ain't trying to hear nothing you saying, because I can't even understand nothing you saying. And that shit is L. Trashington. Just keeping it a buck on the channel, right? But I did start listening to some of his songs, and he alright. I don't know if he's the GOAT and he's the best around, but a lot of people like him, and a lot of the young niggas rock with him. So, you know, that's how I got to know about his moms and all that. But anyway, allegedly he's the kingpin, or they trying to make him the kingpin of this whole elaborate, you know, prescription drug operation. And my thing is to be, you know, to make it where we be coming from in the places that we come from, right? The hood. To be the best, to make it to be the athletes and all this. When we drive speedy and we kill people, or, you know, you get caught up in something like this or some fraud shit, and you say, damn, my G, how you up here in the rap game and they got you as the being, you know, like the Young Thug. Whether he ain't guilty yet. Trial still going on. Why do they put themselves in these type of positions? One thing to be a drug addict. You could be Ray Charles. You could be, you know what I mean? You could be whoever you are. And, you know, Bruno Mars, and have a coke habit allegedly, right? A gambling habit allegedly, own 50 mil. Ooh, shit. Because that's your money, son. Once you make it, you can do what you want. I can't tell you what to do with your bread. It's one thing to have a habit and feed your habit. DMX, I mean, rest in peace. But then to be some drug dealer nigga, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you already got to the bag, so now if you want to blow it on drugs, I'm not saying do that, but do that. Don't criminalize the shit and make an enterprise using dead people's names and acting like doctors and having like, that's wild. Again, he ain't been convicted yet. They got him on house arrest, but they are trying to revoke the house. They want him locked up. They don't want him in house arrest. They want him inside. Like, this is serious charges. This is a serious case. We want you locked up. Why do our entertainers and athletes and people of this, you know, magnitude that make it, you know, get caught out there like that? Again, you know, a lot of us self-medicate, you know, whether it's gambling, whether it's sex, whether it's drugs, no matter, it's abusing or hurting other people, you know, hurt people, misery loves company, all those, you know, sayings and shit. A lot of times it's true. But to make it to be the best around, or one of them, to get to the bag, and then fumble it doing something like that, the gang shit, you on the phone, you know, thinking you Don Corleone and you giving out orders, and a nickel bag sold in the park, you on in. No, Casanova, no, Young Thug, and that's if it's true, right? Shooting the club up and all, you made it, put some people in a position to get some money, give some jobs out, have a drug habit in the back if that's what you're doing, maybe get help. But to go full-fledged and go back to the underworld after you came from that, I never really understood it, because it's a lot of people that's still doing that. They trying to punch their ticket to that yakisobe and chili con corn. Yeah, kid, goody, what's the word? They trying to punch their ticket to the chili con corn and yakisobe, and to get to the bag. Yet you got people that get to the bag only to turn back around and try to jump on the line and get some yakisobe. I don't understand that. You eating steak and lobster and shrimp. You eating good from the rooter to the tutor. you eating good. And you trying to go back and eat motherfucking bologna sandwiches with some cheese? Locked up with some dirty white boys and Ricans? You better rethink that shit, my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Again, addiction to make us do some crazy shit. Make a man sell his ass, make a sister steal her mama TV and sell her body, and for the low, like we know people do the unthinkable for drugs, you know what I mean? But to be a drug dealer or be allegedly the ring of some elaborate prescription scheme type shit is wild, you know what I mean? So hopefully he could get out of it. Hopefully it's not true. hopefully it's just like, listen, like he said, his statement was, listen, I don't know nothing about no illegal activity. I ain't got nothing to do with it, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was wild, crazy. Last thing, too. Before we get to the NBA and then we get out of here, we've been on here for a little minute now, right? Gorilla, right? Another female icon. I'm using those words loosely, but a lot of the young generation do look up to her too. You know what I mean? So Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, the Cardi B's, all the way down to the Nicki Minaj's and Beyonce. And they're a little older now. So talking about the younger generation, if you like 30 and down, you 25, you 22, you 18, you fucking with Sexy Red, and you fucking with the Coriel chicken, all real side note too, real quick, this is my show, we unscripted, we authentic, uncut. Doja Cat, I didn't know she was a rapper. I did not know she was a rapper. Thought she was an R&B singer. I know she got a couple little verses on her songs. I thought they was R&B songs and she just was rapping on her songs. I did not know she was a rapper. That's now with that being said. So you got Gorilla, right? Glorilla. And I can't even name none of her songs. I ain't a fan of hers. As far as hip-hop, I don't know her personally, so I can't really say nothing about her. But allegedly she just got in trouble, DUI. I know what that's about. This is why I'm bringing it up. If y'all know on the channel, I got 3. 2 I didn't do. 1 I was guilty of. The other 2 I fought, etc. Didn't know the law. And they could flip and get you if you don't know the law. So don't drink and drive. That's the bottom line with that. But when you a celeb like her, got a couple dollars, you just was at the White House, just was on Shannon Sharp, and she been big. Oh, I do know one of her songs. FBTV, fucking nigga free, I ain't got it. That's her song, right? Gorilla, that's her song. She ain't got to worry about a fuck nigga free and A, B, C, D, F, R, G. Like, that's her shit, right? That's the only song that I know about her, right? So anyway, that's her song. Anyway, they got her, let's go to the videotape real quick. Got her looking crazy, shit crazy. Where Gorilla? I did save that. It should go right here. Gorilla.
I would like to refuse.
Hold on, let me go to the first clip.
Okay.
How many drinks did you have today?
How many drinks did it take to get you to the club?
I ain't drunk or nothing.
How many drinks does it take to get you home?
How many drinks did you have?
I'm okay.
I'm alright.
That's not my question.
She sounds drunk.
Okay.
That's some shit I would have said. I'm alright. I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm okay.
I'm
Not only can
okay.
I smell alcohol coming from your
And I
but
smell
can also smell
marijuana.
marijuana coming from this car. Okay? So, in just a moment, I'll be searching this car. Is there anything
Is
really
there anything else in this car?
I have a
I got a burner.
my name.
Okay. Okay, where's the gun at? It's okay, you don't have to reach for it. Where
You
is
ain't
it?
gotta reach for it. She said she got the blicky in there. She got the blicky.
Where at?
You can
Just
my
for my
baby.
safety. Okay.
Yes, I have.
Where, is it like in a bag or?
No, you just in the back.
Okay. Alright. And he,
Then they
Yeah.
voluntary? Okay. Are you refusing?
so they asked her to blow they asked her if she gonna blow. That's what they do actually. Make you do the nose test. So anyway, a lot of people in the comments, and I guess this probably does vary between state to state. I know in New York, if you blow, then you're guilty. I mean, if you don't blow, that's pretty much like you're guilty. You know what I mean? Why are you not blowing? But people like, that's the smartest thing she could have did. I don't know if she was in Memphis. She is from Memphis. So a lot of people was like, yeah, she didn't, she refused, and she had the blicky, right? All right, cool. We the most ratchet, you know what I mean? We the lowest of the low sometimes. It is what it is. But I love y'all though. Uncle Lee love y'all. Uncle Lee love the kids. No, Wu-Tang love the kids, right? So anyway, this is why I want to talk. 1, because I done had my runners with this again. I got 3, 2 not guilty, didn't do at all. The last one I was. So I take accountability for that. Nobody got hurt. I didn't get hurt, nothing like that. Shouldn't drink and you shouldn't drive. That's the bottom line. But when you're famous, when you got money, when you have access to resources, and I had access to resources too, because you always could take an Uber. But she's driving. Got a brother in the car, maybe he was drinking. You got the blicky in the car, I guess it's licensed, and that's a good thing. She is a celebrity. You should have some type of protection, especially in the states where you could carry your shit. Pop a nigga, they get out of line for trying to do you harm or bringing, harm or pain to your family. I'm all for that. oh, but you black. Unfortunately, that's how we got to give it up sometimes. You know what I mean? Nigga gun you down in front of your grandmother in the street, run you over with a Mack truck and go home and eat ice cream, think nothing of it. Most of the time, right? So she ain't do nothing wrong with that, but you're drinking, you driving, you smoking, and even though weed is legal in a lot of states now, it's only recreational and it's not for you to be smoking behind the wheel, even though a lot of us do that, right? So the thing is, you just got to move smarter. You got the blicky, you moving wrong, you drunk. You know, they let her take all of her jury. I ain't show y'all that part. They gave the, you know, the jury and shit to her brother. So the brother's not locked up, or whoever shot. I think she did say brother. If he's able to leave and take the car, take your jury and all that, why is he not driving? If he don't got a license, then travel with a driver. I know I did a show on Gorilla, an episode when she was trying to pay her assistant $500, I think it was, and people was like, that's a little bit of money, and she like, this is what you're gonna be doing. So yeah, her fame, her star started to ascend. You know, I did a little story on her, so that's, you know, that's only a little bit I know about Gorilla, and obviously her rhyming outside the trailer or whatever when she was unfamous. You know what I mean, the McDonald's shit. Anyway, you know, once you make it to the heights and you become the best around, and nothing's ever gonna, like, once you make it, like, get the driver, get the chauffeur. Sit in the back of the lack, pull the curtain back. I don't want to talk to you bitches. I don't want to talk to you niggas. Like, get the driver or get an Uber. You know, all of us can get an Uber. You know what I mean? So there's really no excuse to get behind the wheel, not be coherent, not know what you're doing. You know, take a life or take your own life on some, you know what I mean, some racing fast, some Paul Wall, rest in peace, or Paul Walker. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. Just don't drink and drive, especially if you a celebrity, because they can't wait to put you on Team Z, post you all over the news, make you look bad, make you go to a little program or whatever. But as far as the law, also don't be ignorant of the law, because I don't know what state she in, but a lot of people are like, yeah, that's the smartest thing she could have done was to not blow. That's actually not the smartest thing, because in certain states, definitely in New York, once you don't blow and you refuse, they can take you and get your blood, take you right to the hospital, get your blood, and read it that way. And obviously the blower could be read wrong if you got Tic Tacs in your mouth, Listerine, or them little strips and shit. It's ways you can, you know what I mean, bring it down. But the blood, that's, you know, the alcohol level that's in your blood, it ain't no way to trick that. It is what it is. So just be mindful. What's the last thing? I know I said that was the last thing, but we about to get to the NBA. And speaking of the NBA, we just got this dude here. What is even his name? Jonte Porter, right? So he's banned for life.
Girl, no.
Hell to the no.
Listen. Since the room, make sure that everybody get a seat.
So he got banned for life, right? He wasn't like no top tier player, so I get it. I'm sure he still was making at least $1 million, right? So allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, he bet on himself to not score a certain amount of points. The bet looked suspect. I guess Caesars or Vegas or wherever the powers that be, they peep game. It would have paid out $1 million, and I guess he was like, yo, excuse me, I'm not feeling well, I'm sick or whatever, and he sat down. And he was telling bettors this. That's where you went wrong. Then you betting on your team to lose. Crazy, right? And my thing is, again, you may not be a millionaire, but you got something. You ain't no bum ass $100,000 ass nigga, right? Like you ain't one of them dudes these chicks turn their nose up at. 100,000 still ain't enough. It ain't cold enough. Told Celie it ain't cold enough. And that's you, ladies. Y'all out here bugging in these streets. It ain't cold enough. Send a lemonade back while we talk business to the white man, right? I'm being funny, but I'm not. Bro, they cracking down. All this shit is scripted and real. Like I said, at least that's what I think. That's how I've been betting. That's how I've been winning consistently. Sometimes I'm wrong and sometimes I'm right. Most of the time, you know what I mean? As far as that type of shit, especially the big money games, the Super Bowl, the finals, and all that shit. When it's big money, everybody's tuning in. And now with the shit right at the palm of your hand, DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, all these other ESPN Bet, all these different shit. They don't want the athletes betting on sports. Not while you in the league, not while you involved. They don't even want your family. Like, that's why, side note, this wasn't a topic. because I don't even watch baseball like that. I bet on baseball, but I don't watch it. What's the Dodgers? Ohani, Asuni, Tashahani, Shogun, Assassin. No, I mean, I would be fucking niggas' names up. Ohani, his interpreter, because he don't speak no English, betting hundreds of thousands and all that, 500,000. Then you get caught up. It wasn't me. It's a big scandal. That's why they suspended lifetime ban for I want to say Pete Carroll or Pete something. I know it was Pete for baseball. They're gonna get you out of here. And then how are you gonna feed your family after that? And then they was saying the bet that he would have won or whatever would have been like 50,000. Bro, that's why it's a bozo move. It's like, bro, you make more than that. I get it. You want to double your money. It's an easy win. Toronto Raptors, y'all was L. Trashington. Sprinkle some dirt on them niggas. They was trash, right? One of the worst teams in the NBA this year. But you betting on yourself to lose. And how you betting on yourself to lose? Two, you giving inside trade information like, yo, this is what we're going to do. Bet on me to not, score 10 points or whatever. And sometimes they be having prop bets. For those that's watching, you may not know what I'm talking about. You can take a player like, yo, he gonna have 7 points over or under. He either gonna have more than 7 or under. So I'm taking you to have under because you told me you're gonna fake an injury and you're gonna sit out. And we see games like Klay Thompson going 0 for 10 and a win-all, take-all game. Some of these players is gonna be doing underhand shit like that. That's why they what we call NBA roster manipulation with RotoWire and all that. LeBron James, is he going to play? Is he not going to play to move the line? And then all of a sudden you playing. I think they find the 76ers, Joel Embiid and them. He was supposed to play on Tuesday, ended up playing on Monday, and I had the Sixers that day and I won. But I didn't know he was going to play, right? They do lose shit like that to try to manipulate you. Another thing that they do real quick, even though we off talking about him because he ain't no real factor player, it's a boneheaded move. If you at your job or you doing something and this is how you feeding your family, before you do some underhand shit to try to come up on them, make sure you think it through, because if you get caught, obviously he ain't thinking through. Not only was you going to get 10 games, not 20 games, not Draymond Green, 30 what's the nigga name? Ja Morant, not 25 games, you're gone. And now you just became a resident of Queens. And you know what that means if you watch my show. That means you did it and done. You're done, bro. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video out of here, Mercedes, Benz, and Range Rover, all that shit is out of here, bro. You're done. You're never going to work in the NBA again. You can't even be a sideline reporter. You can't even report on this shit. You're done. That's what they're going to do. They're going to make examples out of you. I didn't really do no real studying, but before we get out of here, we're going to get into some NBA predictions. Y'all see I put the Pels in there. Figure the Pelicans are going to win tonight. Let's check. I hope they win tonight because I got them. They was up 79-71 last time I checked. What's the score? Bang, bang, they won. Grizzle, I told you. And this is another thing, right, real quick. This is another thing how they manipulate this shit. When they take the players out. So Jimmy Butler don't play, of course they're going to win. When they sit the big star, and I've been watching this all year, and I can say that this trend is going to continue next year in the NBA. And the NFL is a little different. It's a 60-man roster, a 65-man, 80-man roster. The NBA is not that. When they sit the big stars, how the teams still win most of the time, I do not know. Miami won. Zion went out. He still won. Oh, and I see that girl real quick before we get to the shit. Where the shit at? So bubblehead bitch, talking crazy, online about Zion getting hurt, which is foul. Women is foul. Y'all see that lady take that old man to the bank? Nigga head bopping all back crazy to try to get some money. Locked her ass out. I think she was in Brazil or wherever she was at. But anyway, the porn star joint. She ain't nobody. She online talking crazy. Happy Zion got happy he got hurt. You know what I mean? Which is foul. You wishing people get hurt and shit. All the way foul. Where's this shit at? I think I did save it, right? Where's this shit at with this girl? I think this is it right here. Yeah, that's it right here. She foul.
ever.
She foul.
I don't know, that just came in my head just now. I don't know why. But yeah,
she thought she was getting to come up, and that's you. You get nothing but dust and blood. But that's foul though for her to say the shit she was saying about Zion.
He has no morals.
Yeah, how he don't got no morals? Because he cut your bum ass off? Because he stopped popping you from the back, coming on your face and all that? Hey, I'm sure he was. Sorry, not sorry.
He's playing on a bad knee, like literally.
It's foul, like she laughing at my guy. You know what I mean? Foul.
All I'm gonna say is, you see what happens when you don't pay. You see what?
She try to say when you play on me and all, like, listen, like, niggas pray and pray on my downfall, but every time I hit the ground, I bounce up like ground ball. That's all the topics we got. Let's just real quick, NBA. This is just a rough draft. I did it tonight. NBA start tomorrow. Let's go to the East. We got first round. Miami won tonight. Had them winning tonight. They're going against Boston. Last year, we know Miami came from the 8th spot. Then they beat the number 1 team, which was Milwaukee Bucks. Then beat Boston. Went all the way to the NBA Finals and lost to Denver, and I think 4-1 or something like that. But did they get swept last year? They lost. It won't be like that this year. I know they missing Terry Rozier. He might come back. They're saying Jimmy Butler got an MCL sprain or whatever. He might could come back if they, progress in the playoffs. But I don't think they are going to progress in the playoffs. I think they out of here. Do you ever think about? I got Boston winning 4-1 most likely. Now my New York Knicks is New York in the house. It's Brooklyn so we know Joel Embiid. They beat Miami. They in the playoffs. They made it. And under normal circumstances, even before this in full transparency, I was like Philly probably going to beat him because I think Joel Embiid is the best player. But I don't think he's fully healthy. He looked like he was laboring a little bit. And then I said this if you watch my channel earlier in the season, even last year, him and a couple of other players, they never available. Like they just always seem to get hurt at the most messed up time. Kawhi Leonard, certain players, you can't trust them, you can't count on them. So do you really trust him against a feisty New York Knicks team? Yeah, we missing Julius Randle, Ginobili's back. I think the Knicks could beat them. At first, before I did this bracket, and y'all can see my full bracket right here. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, Knicks should have lost. They should have dropped down to get the 3 seed. They should have did what Cleveland did. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. They didn't. Now they got Philadelphia cheesesteak. I think they beat Philly. I think they beat Philly in 6. I think Knicks win 4-2. I got the Knicks. Next series. Milwaukee, Indiana, 3 against 6. This is going to be a good one, or it should have been a good one. Giannis is another player. Even though his wrist bling bling, your shit bling blah. Like Giannis got the ring already. Will he ever get another one? Maybe. I don't think he's going to get another one in Milwaukee. Hamstring, he not going to play. He probably not going to play the first 2 games, just like last year. Fell on his back, my neck, my back. Lost in the first round to Jimmy Butler. He did come back in game 3 though, and they still lost. They still lost 4-1. So it ain't no excuses. You got rough, tough football. You got roughed up, and they got y'all niggas up out of here. Indiana, I think they beat them 3-1 this year out of the 4 games, or is it 3-2? Something. I think it's 3-1. We know Giannis had like 64 in the 1 game. They kept the ball, took his ball, took your shit. Give me your hat, little nigga, and they didn't have Pascal Siakam. Pascal is a champion, and I think that's probably going to get them over the hump, especially if they don't have Giannis in the first 2 games. Like if he try to come back game 3, game 4, the series is probably going to be damn near over. I got Indiana winning 4-2. Next series, Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland and Orlando. Donovan Mitchell, I got Donovan Mitchell, I got Garland, I got Jared Allen in them. Orlando, nice run this year. Y'all was one of the best ATS teams in the NBA. ATS, if you watching, you don't know what that means. That means against the spread. We betting with the spreads when we talking betting gambling. So they was one of the best teams. I think OKC, Orlando, and who was the top 3 teams Can't think of the other team who was one of the best ATS teams as far as betting with them. Orlando was a good season, was a good run. Y'all made the playoffs. You ain't make the playoffs in the round. Are you ready to rumble with the big dogs 4 against 5? I got Cleveland. I think this one could be, I got this one 4-2 as well. I think the experience will outweigh the youthfulness, and we just happy to be here. Let's swing it to the second round. We still in the East. That's the Knicks. That's Boston. This is another reason why I wanted the Knicks to lose, so that they don't have to see Boston until the conference finals, you know, if they would have got to the conference finals, which I think they possibly could have. But now you got to see Boston in the second round. Although they did play Boston the other day, and they looked good against Boston, they don't got nothing for Boston. I think Boston is the best team in the NBA, record-wise, and they the best team. I think they go into the chip. I think they're going to win the chip. Let's just get that out the way. I got Boston winning. Could it go 7 games? Possibly. Knicks might be scrappy. It could go 7 games, but more likely it's probably going to go 4-2. I got Boston. Indiana and Cleveland. I think Indiana's a little rough. I think Cleveland is a little more rougher. Although Indiana probably got the better coach, talent-wise might be a little even, but I'm going to take Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to take him being in the playoffs in Utah, obviously in Cleveland last year, losing to the Knicks. I think they get over the hump this year and get to the conference finals. I think it's Boston and Cleveland in the conference finals in the East. When the East is in the house, oh my God. And I got Boston going to the chip, as y'all can see right here. Now let's go to the West. OKC, number 1 seed, playing against the Pelicans. No Zion Williams. We don't know when he's going to be back. Even if he was back, I don't think they was going to beat OKC. I got OKC winning the first round. Lakers in Denver, people was like, yo, why the Lakers didn't lose to OKC so that they could play the winner of Sacramento and Golden State so that they can go and play the number 1 seed. Lakers got a pretty good record against OKC. They just match up well with them. On the other hand, they don't match up well with Denver. And with that being said, I could be a LeBron fan. And I also think it's scripted and rigged. I don't think Denver's going to win back-to-back. It's hard to do that in any type of sport. Joker got his ring, and I think that's it. So I'm rolling with LeBron in this series. I know it's like, damn, well, why would you go with LeBron? They lost 9 straight to Denver. They did. Last year, when they did win the championship, they had Bruce Brown. They had another player. I can't think of who it is right now, but I think even though they young players have been throughout the season playing well, and now this is show me what you got, show me what you made of, and is that experience in the regular season going to carry over in the finals or in the playoffs rather? Playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. I just hope that we can win a game. I think LeBron could beat them this year. I think LeBron could beat them. Obviously, this is going to be crucially dependent on if Anthony Davis bring the fire. If he really step it up and play to his potential and give and not stop Joker, but neutralize Joker in this sense. Anything you do, I could do better. So if Joker go for 25 and 10, he need to go for 25 and 10. Then I think if he can do whatever Joker could do in every game, or even outplay Joker, not stop Joker, make him work for it. I think with the bodies that they got now, the other young, high flyers that be coming in for Anthony Davis, I think they could catch Denver slipping. A lot of times this season they lost to the Spurs when they could have locked up the number 1 seed. Although they still have one of the best records in the NBA, especially on the West. It was a tiebreaker between Minnesota and OKC. They had some slip-ups this year, maybe because it was winning the championship last year and that long postseason. A lot of times when you ain't do it, it's hard to do it again, even though you did it the first time, the wear and tear that it takes on the body. And that's another reason why LeBron is definitely, if not the GOAT over Mike, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, Mike is the GOAT, and rightfully so. Just that longevity of going 10 years back-to-back, lose or win. Just to play all them goddamn games and every year still be in tip-top shape, that's hard as a motherfucker to do. Just think about that, you know what I mean? I think they get the win. Next series, Minnesota and Phoenix. Phoenix just beat them. Phoenix, I think, beat them all 3 games this season. And low-key, This is what we've been asking for. Like, this is what you waited all year for. The hardcore. That's what KRS is here for. We've been waiting to see Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker form Voltron and turn to that three-headed monster that y'all can't fuck with us. I'm dropping 30, he dropping 30, he dropping 30. What you gonna do? Who you gonna stop? Pick your poison. Minnesota, they got Cat back. Just like with Joel Embiid, it's at the end of the season. We already in playoff mode. We've been ready. We've been ramping it up. And now you think you're just going to drop in 1 or 2 games and come against us and beat us? I don't think they can do it. And when you really look at it, it's really just Cat and Anthony Edwards. Mike McConnell, he's a good piece. He's a good floor manager. You're not stopping no Devin Booker. Like the matchups, he gonna be getting creamed. Then Rudy Gobert, yeah, you can get some alley-oops and you can score, but when you got to guard us on that, I think it's a bad matchup for them. Then you got the Ant-Man saying that Kevin Durant is his GOAT. He think he the best, so it's already like big brother, older brother, yeah, I want to beat you, but are you really going to bring it to me and become the best player and take us? I don't think so. I don't think Kevin Durant and them going out in the first round. I got Kevin Durant in them. Last matchup, 4 and 5, the LA Clippers going against the Dallas Mavericks. We are totally rooting for Kyrie Irving to win. Came out with his sneakers. He fought the power. I got the power. You know what I mean? It's getting kind of hectic. We fuck with Kyrie. He one of the brothers. He fast during Ramadan, still played. Luka's probably, if not Joker and not maybe 1 or 2 other players, Luka probably is the best player in the NBA, and that's not racial. He be busting them niggas' ass, pulling up from 30. You know what I mean? And he is the real deal. He's definitely the top scorer in the NBA. Last year they went out first round. No, they didn't even make the playoffs last year. I think Kyrie, they floundered in the last wins of the season. They didn't even make the playoffs. So from Howland, Jalen Brunson the year before to get Kyrie, didn't make the playoffs. This year, I think they on the mission, and I got them beating the Clippers. So the same applies with Kawhi Leonard. Can you trust them? They rested him. He sat. Yeah, he gonna probably be fully healthy, but after 1 or 2 grueling games, because you're gonna have to play the minutes, are you gonna be ready for Game 3? Are you gonna be even available for Game 4 or 5? I don't think so. And even if he is you gonna be able to give maximum effort on some Deadpool shit? Maximum effort? I don't know. I think Dallas is better. I'm rooting for Russell Westbrook. I fuck with the Brody. And I like Ty Lue, definitely one of the best coaches in the NBA. But I think Dallas is going to summon him again this year. I got Dallas. Let's go to the second round. So that leaves us with the Lakers. If the Lakers could get past Denver, then it's a chance for them. Because I think they could beat OKC. OKC, the only reason why they're going to get out of the first round, they are better than the Pelicans. It's their first. Did they make the playoffs last year? I think they was in the playing game. So it takes steps in the NBA. You just don't go from being a young team, unexperienced, to winning the chip. It's hard because it's series. And unlike the NFL, where you could be a young team and all you gotta do is win 1 game. A turnover here, a fumble here. The better team allegedly don't have their best game, and you put a best foot forward, you can catch a team slipping because it's only 1 game and you're out of here. And right, do you ever think about when you out of here? Your playing days out of here, your acting career, all that shit is out of here. I think the Lakers have experience over OKC and they match up well with them. So I got the Lakers getting out of the second round and going to the conference finals. Then I got Dallas and Phoenix in the second round, and I got Dallas beating Phoenix. I would love to see Kevin Durant do something that I wanted to see him do with the Brooklyn Nets, but he couldn't do it. Obviously, there was a lot of injuries and a lot of shit happened to them. I don't see them pulling them together. I got Dallas. I think Dallas is going to be the draw. So that leaves the Lakers in Dallas. Obviously, Luka play and LeBron play Luka well as well. But I don't think they're going to be able to stop the two-headed monster. I think Kyrie and Luka is going to be too much for any team. That's just what I got. So I got Dallas and Boston in the finals. This is just my I just did this today real quick before I did the show. Obviously, I'm going to stick with my picks, but things are subject to change, injury and shit like that. And I got Dallas losing, So I got Dallas losing to Boston. Kyrie going back against his old team, against the Boston Celtics. So he was like, "I'm gonna stay here. I want to be here forever," and all that and all that. And then we see right next year that nigga was out of there, right to Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And that's what I got for the finals. Let me know who y'all got. Drop it in the comments. Most importantly, who you betting on, who you putting your money on, because that's your money, son. You know what it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in to my show, Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.